I choked my own spit. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's not Glam Shan today, it's chill in a trackie and discuss a deep fucking issue. So my friend Ellis popped up to me a couple of weeks ago and was like, oh my god, have you been watching Surviving R. Kelly? And I knew obviously it was out, like I'm very on point like with following that sort of stuff, and my answer to her was no, I have not watched it yet. I was planning to, but if I'm honest, like many things, you know, and it's just like I know the sort of feelings that are going to come from me watching a show like that, and I know it's not gonna be something nice to watch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting, it's very interesting, and obviously people need to be sharing and talking about this because it's huge. It is so big and it happens so much in that sort of industry, and like many things, like we just, rather than dealing with an issue, we just choose to ignore it. So this weekend I made it a task of mine to get through the first season, and it's safe to say the man is disgusting. He is a predator completely. No two buts maybes, whatever the fuck. Like, he is a predator and he is wrong and he is disgusting. Any man that abuses his power, well, yeah, abuses his power to then abuse minors. Like, these girls are like ranging from 12 to flipping like 17 years old. And I know from personal experience, when I was 12 to 18, I thought I knew what was going on, and I thought I knew what was best for me, and I thought I knew this and I thought I knew that, and really I knew fuck all. Like, I knew nothing. And it was hard for me to watch this, if I'm honest. Like, it was really hard, because I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, he's innocent. Like, if those of you who haven't watched it yet, basically R. Kelly was abused by a family member. I believe it was his older sister. Him and his brother were sexually abused by her when they were younger, which is obviously, from a psychological perspective, is where we'd say pinpointed his savagery for having underage girls. I think it comes from his perspective, a power play. Do you know what I mean? Like, he gets the girls to call him daddy, and I don't say he gets the girls, like, he demands they called him daddy, and just other degrading things that he's pressuring these young girls to do in order for himself to obviously feel like God, to be honest. Because if you've watched the interviews of the ladies that were abused, like, they all pretty much say, like, this man thinks he's God. Do you know what I mean? Like, he thinks no one can touch him. There was even a video, actually. It was just like, what? I think it was on his Facebook Live. That's a clip shown in the video, in the documentary. And it's his Facebook Live. And he's like, it was something like, they can't catch me. What was it? It was just like, if they were going to arrest me, this would have happened years ago when it first happened, rah, rah. And just think, like, so you think just because you are famous and you have this fame and this fortune that you can actually get away with abusing, holding hostage, and emotionally and mentally damaging these young girls just for your sexual pleasure? Like, that is so fucked up on so many levels. And it's horrible, if I'm honest. It's really fucking horrible, because these girls are generally going to this man thinking this man's got a pure interest in their talent. This man's gonna have, like, you know, gonna have the connections to be able to kickstart my career. Like, do you know what I mean? This is it for me. Like, imagine that. Imagine being in a position where you're like, I'm so close for my dreams becoming fulfilled. Do you know what I mean? I'm so close, I can almost taste it. And then realising that, oh my god, this man isn't going to actually help my career, but by the words and the actions that he basically bullies and manipulates these girls into thinking that the only person they need in their life is him, right? Which means, like, these girls are literally sitting, like, in rooms by themselves. They have to ask to go to the toilet. They have to ask if they want food. Like, every aspect of their life is controlled by this man, and they genuinely believe like it's best for them. Do you know what I mean? Because he's made them think that. And people watching the show can sit there and be like, oh yeah, but you know, you've got your own voice, rah, rah. Yeah, you do. But like when your mind is that young and that frail, like it is so easily manipulated, like so easily. Because I know, like I basically was involved. Sex wasn't how sex should have been for me when I was younger. Like it wasn't about two people coming together and there being like a beautiful connection and then sharing that energy. It wasn't that. It wasn't that for me. So for me, like I probably got into sex more as like a fashion thing. Like my friends were doing it. Like I was the youngest person in the group. Like my friends were doing it. I was like, okay, like fuck this. Like I don't want to be the only one that's not. And then I jumped into it, and there's been people that I've slept with in the past, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm proud I slept with them, but I'm not proud and I don't regret it, because everything has shaped me into who I am today and to have the views that I have. But I know personally, watching what these women were going through, like I can understand it. I can understand it from a victim perspective, and I can try to understand it from the predator perspective. Like, I don't care what you say. Like, and the thing is, in the latest interview with R. Kelly, you see him going mad in it. Like, I gave it to you, just kicking off. And it's just like, you're mad because you got caught. Like, be quiet. Don't sit there and play on that, you know, I was abused when I was younger. Yeah, you were abused. And if you knew that you were abused and you had some issues orientating around that, then you seek help. Like you go and get help to deal with the issue. You don't just be like, oh, feel sorry for me. Especially when a man with like everyone's like, he's such a musical genius, and he really is. But this man can't read and this man can't write. Yeah, like he's had like basically at the beginning of the documentary, it goes through like a bit of an autobiography thing of like R. Kelly and his success and his childhood and blah blah blah. And for me, I think he felt very victimized in his family life when he was younger. He felt very victimized. I feel like he felt he had no power and he had no control over what was happening to him, because he pretty much didn't. He grew up in the ghetto, do you know what I mean, with a sister that was abusing him. He never really went out. He was just a stay-at-home guy. And then to go from being such an introvert to being this global phenomenon, it's natural for things, like it is natural for things to go to your head, do you know what I mean? Like that transition, if one, it wasn't slow, it was very quick, and two, he's literally gone from one end of the spectrum to the other in such a short space of time. Like he's not given himself time to process and to understand, like, because he genuinely believes that he's not doing anything wrong, you know. And like his brother, both his brothers are actually interviewed in the series as well, and he says, like, you know, some people like black girls, some people like white girls, he likes young girls. And it's just like, yes, but there's young girls, like, okay, young girls. So I know for a fact, I've got friends who are like flipping 20, do you know what I mean, 22, and they look 12, do you know what I mean? So I know that there's women out there that could potentially, you know, be 18 or be of age but look very young, very much younger. And he doesn't just go for young girls, he also goes for older women as well. There was I think obviously his wife was not his age, I think she was only like 10 years younger than him, and then there was another woman as well that was about 10-15 years younger than him, but like weren't teenagers, but just younger. And they openly say, like, he goes for women that he can easily mold, do you know what I mean? Easily mold, easily manipulate, because he wants to feel superior and he wants to feel in control and he just wants to be God basically. But it's fucking disgusting. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's fucking disgusting, and it's heartbreaking that these girls are like not spending time with their families, you know. Like some of these girls haven't seen their families in a year, 2 years, because he's genuinely made them believe that they do not need their mothers and fathers. And I just don't get it. I really don't get it. It's hard to explain, because being in a position like, especially like where you feel so trapped, you feel like, and these girls obviously, they are being looked after, like, don't get it twisted, like these girls are relying on each other, but like sometimes these girls aren't even allowed to talk to each other, and they're literally just used as sex acts. Like obviously there was a massive section on the documentary of the sex tape that was leaked of him obviously urinating on a minor. I know obviously like wet work, whatever you want to call it, is a thing. People do get off on it. But it is from someone who's, I'm not going to say morally aligned, because obviously everyone's morals are different, but for a grown-ass man to be ragging out, I think she's 14 in that video, a 14-year-old girl, and then urinating on her. Like, it's hard to put into words. Like, it makes me emotional, because it's just like, these young girls are honestly going to be scarred for the rest of their lives. I know I've had instances in the past that are going to carry me. Not carry me, but they're going to be with me until the fucking end of my days. Do you know what I mean? And it's fucked up, because you can't actually sit there and say like it's rape because these girls are consenting. Do you know what I mean? But they don't know, they don't really understand to the full extent what they're consenting to. Do you know what I mean? And it's almost like they can't say no, because if they say no, there's women that have obviously explained that like they used to get beat. Like, this guy like beats them. So I think it's really important for us to just focus on the younger generations and letting these girls understand their worth, know their worth. Do you know what I mean? Not be scared to step into their power and fucking say no. I've been in so many positions where like I won't eat, like, I'm not saying I'm ashamed to say this, but I've been in positions where I've literally had sex with a guy because he's just hammered at me. Do you know what I mean? On my case, boom, 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 boom. And it's just been like, oh, do you know what? Fuck off, yeah, go on then. Just get you the fuck away from me. And I'm not saying like, obviously, that he's raped me, because he hasn't. I've consented to it. Do you know what I mean? But like, why should it even get to that point? Like, if someone fucking says no, it means no. Like, it should never get to that point. Do you know what I mean? Obviously now, like, being older, like, if I say no and you carry on putting it on me, like, I'll probably get aggressive and I'm probably going to kick off, because you're fucking disrespecting me. Like, if I've told you fucking no and you keep trying to touch me and you keep coming on to me, like, it's rude. Like, it's not just rude, like, you're crossing that line. You are crossing that fucking line, and you need to get back into your lane. I think that R. Kelly definitely deserves to serve time. Yeah, he needs to be staying there for fucking the rest of his life. I think he needs help. I think he definitely needs to see a therapist, maybe 10, for numerous things. Anyone who's in the mindset of like, I am a god or I am God, needs to go see someone, because you're not God. But overall, from what I took away from, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Sky are showing it now, so definitely watch that. It's just difficult. It's difficult to put into words how someone like because I grew up listening to R. Kelly. Like, R. Kelly was banged a lot in my house. Like, she's got that vibe, you know, flipping bump and grind. Like, ooh, like, I can't listen. Like, Ignition, the remix, was mine and Melissa B, my mum. That's our tune. Do you know what I mean? When I say our tune, I mean, I remember in my living room singing that when it first came out. I was a youth, like, I was tiny, and like, it was just one of my mum's jam, like it always has been. That and Sean Paul Temperature and Eminem Shake That, like, that's just, Salt and Pepper Push It, bare tunes. My mum's got the bangers, do you know what I mean? So like, I just feel like I can't listen to any of his songs now. Like, I can't, because it's just fucking pure tainted. And I see people still listening to his shit, and I'm like, you're fucked up. Like, you're condoning that. You are giving the man money right now. Like, no, that's not cool. And like, flipping, also in the documentary, it goes into like depth of obviously like him grooming Aaliyah. And God, that's fucking sad as well. Basically, any fucking song that R. Kelly has sung, obviously he was very sexualised, wasn't he? Like, on the stage, he's bumping and grinding, obviously bump and grind the song, do you know what I mean? Like, majority of his songs are all talking about fucking underage girls. Do you know what I mean? Girls that are 12 years old, haven't even started puberty yet, do you know what I mean? And he's fucking them. And you want to be bumping that in the background and you snap. No, I don't condone it. I don't fucking rate it. Turn it off. It's disgusting. And then, do you know what? I was in my car this morning and Aaliyah, age ain't nothing but a number, come on. He wrote that for her, yeah? When she was 14, I believe, 14, I think she just turned 15 when it released. Do you know how fucked up that is? It's about a girl singing, obviously, about wanting this man who's older, and, you know, and it's, he wrote that for her. He produced that with her. Do you know what I mean? Age ain't nothing but a number. Okay. But you're fucking a 15-year-old. That's illegal. I'm not saying that all laws are flipping morally correct, because they're not. But that one is. That one is, for sure. Do you know what I mean? We've come away from an age of stealing children's innocence at such a young age, because it's morally fucking wrong. Let them develop and let them form their own opinions, and you don't even know who you are at this age, that age. Like, I barely know who I am at this age. Do you know what I mean? I'm still fucking getting there. Like, but being, I just can't explain it. I can't explain it. It's just fucking disgusting. And if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it, because it's enlightening. It's talking about a pressing issue that is a major issue in today's world. Like, it's stupid. Like, we don't know half the shit that is going on, especially in that industry, because money is power. And I don't care what anyone says, money is fucking power. And if you have money, you can get away with a fuckload more than a poor person can. That's all I'm saying. And it doesn't, just because you have money does not mean you are fucking right in the decisions that you make. Yes, if you are talented and you have this talent, consumers are obviously paying for that fucking talent, not for you to be able just to be a dirty, sly, fucking repulsive excuse of a human being. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't pay for that. But I'm just going to leave it there, because there's nothing else for me to really say. It's just fucking, obviously they're going to, apparently they're bringing out some more seasons. Like, quite a few. Apparently there's going to be like 8 series. Fucking 8 series. I'd say there's probably like one victim or survivor, should we say survivor? They're not really a fucking survivor though, are they? Because they're still traumatised for the rest of their life, bless them. So, yeah, there's going to be a few more to come. But the guy's fucking disgusting. I know I've said it so many times, but he's just repulsive. So I'm sorry this wasn't as upbeat as my usual ones, as my vlogs usually are, guys. Well, I say that, but they're all a bit deep, aren't they? I'm just a deep person. You know, I feel like as humans we need to be expressing emotions, and like, if you don't express your emotions, I kind of feel like you're not being human. That's what like separates us from the animals, do you know what I mean? Obviously animals have emotions as well, but just not to our depth. But yeah, I don't even want to say I hope you enjoyed the video, to be honest, because I don't really know if you're going to enjoy it or not. I just hope it's actually enlightened you a little bit, and hopefully urges you to go and watch it and form your own opinion, and then we can DM each other and talk about it, because I have a lot to say. I just can't think of everything right now, because it's fresh still, do you know what I mean? I'm still angry. I'm still angry that the people he worked with knew what was going on. They fucking knew what was going on, and they didn't even do anything. They just let these fucking girls suffer. Fucking wrong. Sorry, I'm picking my nails. But have a nice day. Speak to you soon. Yeah.